we're going to switch gears a bit on this, because
Sure.
the mines now, I mean, I would say pretty much every show we do now, whether it's on the camera or off the camera, people are talking about finding the right people.
Oh,
Now,
yes.
I would imagine in your role, when you're looking at these operations, and are you seeing that challenge really expanding kind of every day, that there's that challenge of finding people, and sort of what do you see? Do you see a solution to it? Let's actually just start with what is the challenge, and then maybe we'll talk about a few solutions that you possibly see.
Oh, wow. It gives me kind of goosebumps actually, because I'm actually talking at my level, just in person, with some lawmakers in the state actually about it, because I can't talk about it, and I do talk to them what to do about it. The reason I do those discussions is I'm concerned. But there are two things about the people. Sorry, three things. One, having the right kind of talent on the projects. On the projects, I mean on the operations, and also on the service providing industry. Let me clarify what do you mean by right kind of talent. For running an operation, you can have interns doing the various small things, right? But you need to run the operation. You need people who have 10 plus years of experience in running that kind of operation, not necessarily that kind of commodity. No, that's it. You can bring in, for example, a person with experience. Let's say, I'm Salt Lake City from Bingham Canyon, who has run basically has experience in large scale operations. You can actually bring them to another large scale operation, and you would know what's going on, right? But given what has happened over the last 5-6 years, many senior people or experienced people are out of the projects. There are some good ones that are still there, but on the operational side, any operation I go, I'm not exaggerating, any operation I go, people are stressed because they have a lot of work to do, and they do not have enough people to do that kind of work. So again, to clarify, the second point is right kind of talent. That means I'm a geologist. An exploration geologist should not, unless actually should not do resource estimation and evaluation. When they can do simple ones, but when it comes to operational situations, or when it comes to feasibility level studies, that requires a very rigorous work. It requires a high level of mathematics and statistical knowledge and those kind of things. Exploration geologists are fantastic doing the exploration work, doing the logging, getting the core done, getting the database done, all those kind of, there are numerous work in there. But when you put, let's say for example, you put them to the research evaluation, you are not doing any justice there. The project is not doing the justice there. So the second type of problem that we have is the number of people. What I'm seeing today, I have a couple of clients now kind of facing this thing. The number of people, that means if we need 2 people to do a project, do a mandate, we need 2 people to do the mandate. That means those 2 people, let's say we put them in 3 months' time, so 2 months' time is required to get a good product that a decision can be made out of that, or an operational decision can be made, or an operation go well. But we give that to 1 or 1.5%, the product is not going to be good. So enough number of people is another issue. The third thing is actually, this is actually, because these 2 issues, the third thing, I'll just wait for a second. These 2 issues, can we fix it? Our lawmakers, you talk to them and say, oh, bring the talents from outside. Okay, how much? We have been doing this in this country for long enough, and we're just bringing talents from outside, right? But mining industry is international. There's high commodity demand because of what's going on now. Every country needs people.
Right.
Where do you get them? And mining industry not actually, you don't produce economic geologists that you need. You don't produce process engineers, metallurgists, and mining engineers. These are 4 major disciplines that you need. It's not just general geology. You need economic geology to understand mineral occurrences and those kind of things. These disciplines, people blend in disciplines only in the countries where there's a demand for the commodity, because there's always a supply and demand type of thing. You come to a country like India, there's a lot of mining schools in there, and they're producing the people, and they never stop producing actually. Their structure is like that. You come to countries like in Australia, and they kind of think, we can have a shortage in talent. They took care of that in a kind of a band-aid approach that did in between, but they're doing okay. Come to Europe, good luck having good enough number of talents, but Germany is doing a little bit better. But our North America, you know what's going on there. So that brings to the third point. We can run the mines today in a way we're doing today, knowing that we're not making a good decision there. But are we really ready to support this industry in next 5 to 10 years? If there's willingness, we can.